Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Boosting Nature. Some of you will know me, others won't. My name is Mared. This week we are running a competition to see who will be able to grow the tallest, the biggest, the fattest beanstalk. So I thought I'd better give you an indication, some instructions of how to do that. You don't have to follow these instructions, you can follow your own ways if you so wish. But shall we start, and we'll show you what you'll need. First of all, you'll need a glass jar, some tissue paper, 2 beans and some water. First of all, if you take your jam jar and place the tissue paper inside the jam jar. It doesn't matter how big the jam jar is. If you don't have tissues, you can use cotton balls or cotton wool. Once you've placed the tissue in the jar, just like this, take one seed and place it in one side of the jar, between the glass and the tissue, and put it down as far as you can go. It doesn't matter if it gets stuck in the tissue, it doesn't matter. We will then take the other seed, which is a very pretty one, and we'll put this one at the other side. Once more, pushing it as far as it can go. I promise you, they're both inside there. Once you've done that, we will then put some water, about 3 centimeters, into the bottom of the jar. Perhaps a little bit more, and we will then leave those for a couple of days in a nice sunny windowsill. I'm sorry, the beans seem to be hiding at the moment, but I can assure you they are there. After a week or so, you will see that the bean will have started to germinate. At the bottom, you'll note that the root has started to form, and this should be quite a long, strong root. At the top, there's the bean shoot. This is where the actual bean will form from, and this shoot is what we want to grow into the tallest, biggest beanstalk that we can find. After a week or so, you will be ready then to pot on the plant into some compost, or in fact you can pot it on straight into your garden if you so wish. First of all, just put some stones in the bottom of a pot, just like so. The next stage is to put the compost in your pot. Please make sure that you wear your gloves whilst doing this. If you hold your pot and with your hand gradually put some compost into the pot to halfway through. Take your bean shoot carefully, making sure that the root points downwards and the shoot is upwards. Carefully place the bean in the pot, just like so, making sure that the shoot is pointing upwards, and then gradually and carefully just scatter some compost on top of the bean. Cover the shoot with the compost and take it to the top. This compost is actually quite moist. However, most compost will be quite dry, and therefore you'll need to add a little bit of water to the compost. Place the pot once more on your windowsill. Make sure you put a plate or something like that at the bottom of it, and within the next few days, this time of year, you will then gradually see the shoots coming out of the compost, and it will gradually produce two small leaves. They are called true leaves. Once you've got the pot and the two leaves showing through to about that length, which is, I suppose, 2 centimeters, please place the pot outside throughout the day, and this is a process where it's called hardening the plant off. At the evening, bring the pots back in for the first 4 days, and then leave the pot outside and see how tall your plant grows. After about 2 weeks, if it's been really sunny as it has been recently, the beans should be at least this size, and for me, as I have an allotment, I've decided to put them out in the allotment, in the compost and in the soil. If you haven't got an allotment or a large garden, you can pot them back up into another large pot. What you will need, however, for a bean is some structure and some support, which, as you'll see, I have used bamboo sticks. Any sticks will do, and this will help the bean persuade it to grow as high as possible, up and up and up and up. And as you can see, we've created quite a mad structure here using old metal, old bicycle wheels and the like. It just gives a bit of colour and interest to the allotment, and hopefully these beans will grow as high as possible up this structure. I don't know whether or not my beans will grow that high, and that's why I think I might enter this race myself. So let's go for it. Are you ready? Let's go on Monday. Let's take part and show off our gardening abilities. Many thanks. See you soon, hopefully.